is how we do our Form A. We start with all our lights. We have turn signal light. We have four-way flasher. And we have stationary lights. 3 lights, right? We got low beam, high beam. We mentioned that. All our lights, turn signal light, four-way flashes, stationary light, low beam, high beam. Properly mounted and secure, no crack or broken, proper color, clear, proper color, amber. That's it. We're gonna continue with, we have, some of the truck have mirrors on top of the hood. Had to make sure the mirror is properly mounted and secure, had no missing bolts, right? And the mirror is clean, no illegal stickers, right? Properly mounted and secure, no crack or broke. Both sides, in case you have that in the truck, right? We finish with those mirrors, right? We continue down over here, underneath the truck. Underneath the truck, no leak, no puddle, no hanging wire. And the truck is properly balanced. When we finish down here, we're gonna go ahead and open the hood. The way we open the hood, they're looking for the 3-point of contact, which, let me close this one real quick. It's heavy. So the way we open it, we put our right foot in the bumper. And with our 2 hands, we pull it, well, after we unlock it, right? You gotta unlock it on both sides. Come back over here and do this. Pull it to you. When it's to you, you put one hand on top and the right foot on the back. And that's the 3-point of contact they're looking for, okay? You go ahead and do that and go to the passenger side. Put this back. So when we come to the passenger side, come this side. We're gonna go ahead and do an overview. An overview of, in general. We're gonna start with our clamps and fittings. Fittings like that, these kinds or fittings. These kinds or fittings. What we're talking about in general. Clamps and fittings. All my clamps and fittings, properly mounted and secure, no crack or broken, and no leak, right? After that, we're gonna continue with hoses. All our hoses are properly mounted and secure, no cut, no bubble, no leak. All our hoses. Continue with wires. Our wires are properly connected. No exposed wire, no fray, no illegal tape. After that, we're gonna make sure we don't have excessive engine oil leak. We don't have no engine oil leak. Now we're gonna continue with the engine component. We start from top to bottom. We have a water, coolant reservoir, coolant tank. It's properly mounted and secure, no crack or broken. Should be at the proper level between add and full. And then cap is present and secured, no leaks, okay? We're gonna continue with our water pump. This is our water pump. How we found the water pump? I like to show you guys that we follow this hose and it leads us to the water pump, right? And then we inspect the water pump. How's the water pump? Properly mounted and secure, no crack or broken, no missing bolts, and no leak. And the water pump is what? Belt driven. Belt, no cut, no fray, no damage. And no more than 3/4 inch of plate or tension. No more than 3/4 inch of plate or tension. Now we're gonna continue with the driver's side. We don't inspect anything else in the passenger side in this particular truck, right? That's the only thing we have. We have over here the oil filter. We don't necessarily inspect it for the test. It's your truck, you have to inspect it for scores. We have the windshield washer fluid, same thing. You know, it's just not, we don't check those things. We go ahead and go to the passenger side. I mean, driver's side. So when we go to the driver's side, we go ahead and do the same thing. We inspect a general view of our clamps And fittings, so also fittings, no? We call clamp and fitting, properly mounted, secure, no crack or broken, and no leak. Hoses, all our hoses, properly mounted, secure, no bubble, no cut, no leak. We're gonna continue with our wires. All our wires are properly connected, right? Properly mounted, secure. No exposed wire, no fray, no illegal takes. Now we're gonna and now no excessive engine oil, right? Now we're gonna continue with engine components. I'm gonna start from the left to my right. I had the alternator. Alternator is properly mounted, secure. No crack or broken, no missing bolt. And the alternator is belt driven. The belt, no fray, no cut, no damage, and no more than 3/4 inch of plate or tension. I'm in the alternator. I'm also going to check alternator cable or alternator wire. It's properly mounted, secure in the back. No crack, properly mounted, secure, right? No exposed, no fray, no illegal tape. Finish with the alternator cable or wire. We continue to our right. We encounter with engine oil filler cap. Engine oil cap, to make it simple, engine oil cap. Properly mounted, secure, no crack or broken, no leak. To my right, I had engine oil dipstick. Engine oil dipstick is properly mounted, secure, straight, should be at the proper level, no leak. We continue to the right. In our right, I have behind over here the power steering pump. How did I find the power steering pump? Power steering pump, we found the power steering tank. Hose is going to take her to the power steering pump. Same thing with the gearbox. Hose is going to take her to the power steering pump. Okay? So power steering pump behind the frame, properly mounted, secure, no crack or broken, no leak, no missing bolt or nut. And it's gear driven. It's not belt driven like the alternator here. This one is gear driven. Okay? We continue, and no leaks. We continue to the right. Then we're going to go and find out our air compressor. Our air compressor is properly mounted, secure, no crack or broken, no leaks, no missing bolts or nuts, and it's gear driven. How do we find the air compressor? At this truck in particular, the majority of the time you want to see out of all these hoses, one hose is going to go to the air compressor. How does the air compressor look like? It's square, has two fittings on top, two fittings in the side, always. Two fittings on top, two fittings in the side. Eventually I'm going to show you in a different one. This one's hard to see. Okay, so we mentioned that air compressor. We continue to the outside. See? Now we're going out here to the power steering tank. Power steering tank is properly mounted, secure, no crack or broken, at the proper level. Cap is present and secure, no leak. Finish with that, continue with gearbox. Gearbox is properly mounted, secure to the frame or chassis. Gearbox is properly mounted, secure to the frame or chassis. No crack or broken, no leak, no missing bolt, no missing nuts. Okay, continue with steering linkage. 1, 2, and 3. 3 pieces. This one is called pitman arm. This one is called drag link. And this one, over tie rod. Over tie rod. That's for your knowledge. You don't have to mention it the day of this thing. We call it 3-piece steering linkage. 3-piece steering linkage, properly mounted, secure, no crack or broken, right? No illegal well. No illegal well. Castle nuts and quarter pin are present and secure on both sides. Ball joint and bushings. Ball joint and bushings present and secure, properly greased on both sides. We finish with the 3 pieces steering linkage. We're going to continue one more back here, which is lower tie rod. Lower tie rod is properly mounted, secure, no crack or broken, no illegal well, and properly aligned. Lower tie rod properly mounted, secure, no crack or broken, properly aligned. Continue with suspension parts. Spring mount. Spring mount is properly mounted secure to the frame. It's not missing nuts, no missing bolts, no crack or broken. On both sides, back and front. Then we have over here we have bushings. We have bushings, back and front, both sides. They're properly mounted secure and properly greased. Why they properly greased? Because they had the fitting to grease it. If it doesn't have the fitting, then you don't say it's not proper. You don't have to say properly greased. We continue with U-bolts. This is U-bolts. They are properly mounted secure, no crack or broken. Secure with the nuts in the bottom. They tight and secure. Then we're gonna continue with this one right here. Up. Almost forgot. Leaf spring. Leaf spring, properly mounted secure, no crack or broken, no illegal well. Properly aligned. Okay? We used to say not shifted or twisted. Right? In case you heard that, twisted will be this way, and shifted will be this way. It's two leaf, right? So when you say properly mounted secure, no crack or broken, no illegal well, and properly aligned. Okay? Now we do mention this one. Shock and sober. Shock and sober, properly mounted secure, no crack or broken, no leaks. And straight. No missing bolts or nuts on top and bottom. Okay? We respect that. We're gonna continue now. We finished with the suspension. We're gonna continue with the brakes. The brakes, we have the brake hose. Is properly mounted secure to the fittings. You see the fittings in the end? Properly mounted secure to the fitting and no leaks. No bubble, no damage. Continue with brake chamber. This is a brake chamber. It's properly mounted secure, like you see. No crack or broken, no leak. Clamp secure around the chamber. We're gonna continue. Push rod. Push rod is the one that go inside the chamber. So the push rod is properly mounted secure, no crack or broken. No more than 1 inch of play. No more than 1 inch of play when the brakes are applied. Finish with that, we continue with the slack adjuster, which is this bar right here that goes down, up and down. Slack adjuster is properly mounted secure with pin and quarter pin. No crack or broken. Now we're going to continue with our brake shoes or brake liner. Right here, brake shoes or brake liner. They properly bound secure, no crack or broken, and no less than 1/4 inch of life. No less than 1/4 inch of life. Okay. And then on the outside we have the drum. Right. Outside we have the drum. The drum is properly mounted secure, no crack or broken, no illegal well. Smoothing the inside and no debris, no grease, no oil in between them. No debris, no grease, no oil in between them. We finish with the brakes. We're gonna continue with the tire, inside and outside. No bubble, no turnout, no leaks. On top, no less than 4/32 thread bed. No recap. It's gotta be a brand new tire. And it should be evenly worn. No flat spot. We're going to continue with the rim. The rim is properly mounted secure, no crack or broken. No illegal well, and it's flush with the tire. Finish with that. We're going to find the bob stem before we forgot. Bob stem is straight, properly mounted secure, no crack or broken, no leak. Our cap, in this case missing, we reported to maintenance. I will check the air with the pressure gauge. Finish with that. We're gonna then continue with lug nuts. Lug nuts. All my lug nuts are properly mounted secure, no crack or broken, no missing. No rust trail or shiny metal, indicating that one of the lug nuts is loose. Continue with our center seal or axle seal. It's properly mounted secure, no crack or broken, no leak. In your papers, you have a hubcap. hubcap is missing, we should report it to maintenance. You want a hubcap. It's looking like that over there. Those are the hubcap. And that will conclude Form 8.
Ahí está bien ya.
Mhm.